Coming in with our number 1, Marvel What If Venom Pool. Now picture this, Spider-Man is gone, leaving New York City in dire need of a hero. Here comes Deadpool, who finds himself fused with the Venom symbiote. That's right folks, it's Venom Pool, and he's not playing nice. In the pages of Venom/Deadpool's What If, our favorite Merc with the Mouth takes on the role of a crime fighter, but with the twist. Instead of capturing criminals, Venompool opts for a more permanent solution, sending them to meet their maker. And as if that weren't enough, he goes on to destroy the entire Marvel universe. I mean, come on, who hasn't accidentally ended a universe or two, right? Now, some may argue that this isn't even close to Deadpool's weirdest adventure, and they'd be absolutely right. But what's not to love about seeing two of Marvel's most infamous anti-heroes teaming up to wreak havoc and steal the spotlight? And let's not forget about the fourth wall. It doesn't just get broken in this story, it gets smashed to bits like a piñata at a kid's birthday party. Sure, that story doesn't necessarily change the way we see Venom or Deadpool, but it's a wild ride that will have you laughing, cringing, and wondering what in the multiverse is going on. So if you're up for a crazy adventure, grab a copy of Venom/Deadpool's What If, and hang on tight because you never know where Venompool will take you. And on to our number 2. Peter Parker is the Punisher. Now listen up, true believers. When you think of the Punisher, you probably think of a gun-toting vigilante who strikes fear into the heart of villains everywhere. But what if we told you that in the pages of Marvel What If The Punisher, it's not Frank Castle behind the barrel of the gun? That's right folks, it's none other than your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. After avenging Uncle Ben's death, Peter Parker decides to use his spider powers for good in a whole new way. With incendiary rounds and a spider-themed Punisher suit, Spider-Punisher takes on a seedy underbelly of New York City. And let's just say, it's not pretty. But what really sets this What If comic apart from its original premise is the way it handles subject matter. Peter's motivations are crystal clear, and the art is nothing short of extraordinary. Plus, who doesn't love a good superhero mashup costume? Spider-Punisher is iconic, and we're not just saying that because he's got the skull on his chest. But what really drew his fans in was the fact that Peter and Gwen finally get the happy ending that they deserve. That's right, no more heart-wrenching losses or tragic endings. It's a true rarity in the world of comics, and we're all here for it. So, if you're looking for a fresh take on the Punisher, or just want to see your favorite web-slinger in a whole new light, What If The Punisher is the comic for you. Just be warned, things are about to get a little crazy. Moving on to number 3. Well, we've got another Venom mashup for you. Picture this now. Venom, the slimy symbiote that usually is seen slinking around with Spider-Man, or with Flash Thompson, joins forces with Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. It's an odd couple for sure, but surprisingly, it works like a charm. Punisher would be able to control Venom and use him to fight against criminals and corrupt individuals with even greater efficiency than before. The combination of two morally gray characters makes for a delightful read. Punisher is a ruthless vigilante with a penchant for violence, while Venom is a gooey otherworldly creature with a mind of his own. But with Punisher's no-nonsense attitude and Venom's snarky quips, the banter between them is worth the price of admission alone. Plus, the possibilities for some truly insane action scenes are endless. We're talking explosions, car chases, and all-out brawls. If you're a fan of either Venom or the Punisher, or just want to see what happens when you throw them together, this is a comic must-read. The art is extraordinary, and the Spider-Punisher suit is an iconic look for Peter. Not to mention, it's one of the rare few comics that lets Peter and Gwen have a truly happy ending. So don't miss out on this match made in Marvel Heaven. And now we're on to our number 4. Marvel's What If the Hulk was smart and Bruce was not. Oh boy, let me tell you about this wild what if scenario that flipped the script on our favorite green giant, the Hulk. Normally, we know Bruce Banner as the brainy scientist and Hulk as the brawny, not so smart one. But in this alternate reality, the roles are reversed. Bruce is an angry and mean man, while the Hulk is now a super intelligent creature. I mean, can you imagine the possibilities? It's like the ultimate Jekyll and Hyde story, except with gamma radiation and a lot of destruction. And speaking of destruction, let's talk about the Hulk's newfound intelligence makes for some epic battles. He's about to outsmart some of his opponents in ways we've never seen before. And let's be honest, watching Hulk who can quote Shakespeare is just plain hilarious. But, as with all great what-if stories, there are dark sides to this one as well. Unfortunately, Bruce's new personality is not a very nice one. He treats his wife Betty terribly, which is a bummer because we all know how much we love the Hulk and Betty relationship. It's a reminder that even in an alternate reality, some things can't be changed. All in all, this what-if scenario is a must-read for any Hulk fan. And a refreshing take on the character we all know and love, with plenty of humor and action to keep you entertained. And who knows, maybe it'll inspire a new movie or two, a gamma-powered Shakespeare reciting Hulk. Sign us up. And on to our number 5. Have you heard of the Danger Room? The X-Men's infamous training ground where the mutants go to hone their skills and prepare for battle? But what if the Danger Room itself gained sentience and decided to team up with one of the Avengers' greatest foes, Ultron? Well, that's exactly what happens in Marvel's What If Danger became Ultron's bride. In this chilling alternate reality, Danger and Ultron become an unholy union, even spawning a Sentinel baby, which is about as cute as it sounds. The newlyweds then set their sights on the X-Men, and things get ugly real fast. It's a tale of machine meets machine, and the consequences are terrifying. If you're already afraid of the impending robot uprising and the possibilities of artificial intelligence surpassing humanity, then this What If comic will send shivers down your spine. So grab a flashlight, a blanket, and prepare to be as terrified as you can be when you read What If Danger becomes Ultron's bride, a story that proves that sometimes the greatest threat isn't an alien invasion or a mad titan, but the machines we create ourselves. And ending off with our number 6, Marvel's What If Aunt May had been bitten by the radioactive spider. Oh, Aunt May, the sweet old lady who is often portrayed as a doting grandmother to Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. But what if things were different? What if May was the one bitten by the radioactive spider instead of Peter? Well, that's the premise of What If Aunt May had been bitten by the radioactive spider. And let me tell you, it's a web-slinging adventure like no other. While Uncle Ben is still alive and well, Peter never takes up the mantle of Spider-Man, leaving May to pick up the slack. And boy does she ever. May proves to be a natural superhero using her newfound spider powers to take down criminals and protect the city. Meanwhile, Peter remains a meek and nerdy teenager with no idea how to handle the newfound attention he receives from the ladies. But it's not all sunshine and spiderwebs. May soon finds herself facing off against some of Spider-Man's most infamous foes, including the Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. And with Peter's lack of confidence, it's up to May to save the day, time and time again. Can she handle the pressure of being a superhero and being responsible for her nephew's well-being? If you're a fan of alternate realities and seeing beloved characters in new and unexpected ways, then What If Aunt May Had Been Bitten by a Radioactive Spider is the comic for you. And if you can't get enough of this alternate version of Spider-Man, be sure to check out What If Someone Else besides Peter Parker had been bitten by the radioactive spider for even more web-slinging shenanigans. And starting off with our number 1, Thanos, the purple-skinned menace we all love to hate, is teaming up with Earth's mightiest heroes, the Avengers. In an intriguing twist of fate, a what-if scenario unfolds where the cosmic villain sets aside his insidious agenda and lends a hand to the good guys. Prepare for an epic clash as Thanos locks horns with Thor in a competition to determine who can decimate more foes. It's a battle of galactic proportions that leaves us on the edge of our seats. But hold your breath, dear readers, for all is not as it seems. Just when we thought the Mad Titan had turned over a new leaf, he pulls a classic Thanos move, a deceitful betrayal that sends shockwaves through the team. In a chilling act shrouded in secrecy, Thanos mercilessly eliminates Captain America, leaving us with our jaws dropped and hearts pounding. And if that wasn't enough, imagine the audacity of the maniacal Titan wielding Cap's iconic shield. Yet, amidst all of the mind-boggling events, what truly stretches the realism of this story is the Avengers' fleeting trust in Thanos. Let's face it, in any universe, giving Thanos an inch of trust is like offering him a cosmic buffet. Coming in with our number 2, hold on to your stakes folks, because we're about to sink our teeth into a truly epic what-if tale. What if Wolverine was the Lord of the Vampires? Brace yourself for a blood-soaked adventure that will have you on the edge of your seat. This story kicks off with a ferocious Storm falling victim to Dracula's fangs, infiltrating the X-Men and transforming them all into creatures of the night one by one. But here's the twist. Wolverine's unyielding healing factor grants him immunity to the vampire curse. As the last standing sentinel against the darkness, Logan embraces and embarks on a relentless quest hunting down the infamous Dracula himself. In an epic clash, Wolverine triumphs, driving a stake through the heart of the Vampire Lord and seizing his unholy crown. But beware, dear readers, for the hunter has become the hunted. No one, not even the formidable Doctor Strange, is safe from Wolverine's insatiable bloodlust. Sorcerer Supreme meets his untimely demise, but in a final act of defiance, he possesses the body of none other than Frank Castle, aka The Punisher, in a desperate bid to halt Wolverine's tyrannical rule. Talk about a crazy what-if story that you've never heard before. Now for our number 3, we're diving into one of the most mind-bending what-if scenarios to ever grace the pages of Marvel. Marvel's What If Professor X became the Juggernaut. Charles Xavier, the brilliant telepathic leader of the X-Men, stumbles upon the legendary gem of Sidorak and transforms into the unstoppable Juggernaut. But here's the twist. Xavier's brother, Cain Marko, never embraces the mutant cause and remains an ordinary human. Magneto, the master of magnetism, becomes the sole advocate for mutant rights. With an iron fist, he enforces the subjugation of normal humans, igniting a clash of ideologies with Xavier, who is now intoxicated by his newfound power and driven to madness. Prepare for the showdown of epic proportions as Xavier, the now Juggernaut, crushes Magneto and ascends to the throne of world domination. But fear not, for our favorite optic-blasting hero, Cyclops, rallies a resistance of mutants, determined to overthrow Xavier's tyrannical reign. Hold on to your cosmic helmets with our number 4, because we're diving into a tale that could have been out of this world amazing, but was just kinda weird. So picture this: Uatu the Watcher, sworn to observe and never intervene, witnesses the almighty Galactus descending upon Earth ready to devour it. But in a jaw-dropping twist, Uatu breaks his sacred vow and unleashes his full power, obliterating Galactus. Sounds epic, right? Well, buckle up, because the story takes an unexpected turn when the other Watchers, none too pleased with Uatu's meddling, arrive on the scene and lock him away for his violation. Even with the Fantastic Four stepping up to defend him, Uatu stoically accepts his sentence. But here's where things get mind-bending. In a cosmic twist of fate, Uatu is sentenced to become the new Galactus, forever destined to maintain the cosmic balance by traveling the universe and consuming planets. It's a storyline that left many scratching their heads, feeling like a cop-out rather than a fan favorite. But hey, who knows? Maybe this cosmic conundrum will resonate with you in unexpected ways. Hold on to your gamma-infused seats with number 5, because we're diving into a smashing what-if scenario that'll make your green heart skip a beat. The question is, what if the nuclear weapons unleashed a horde of Hulks? And the answer is pure, unadulterated destruction. In this alternate tale, the bombs dropped on Japan give rise to a staggering army of Hulks, and our very own Bruce Banner finds himself at the epicenter, tasked with studying the cataclysmic phenomenon. But as you might expect, dear readers, the course of history takes a drastic turn. World War II unfolds in a devastating manner, with America succumbing to Japanese occupation. But fear not, for 40 years later, a beacon of hope emerges in the form of Nick Fury, rallying the remaining superheroes to ignite a rebellion against the oppressive regime. But here's the twist. We're left hanging with the story's conclusion shrouded in mystery. Did Fury with Banner's scientific prowess manage to tip the scales in their favor? The fate of the world hangs in the balance, and only time will reveal the answers we seek. Now coming in with our last but not least, our number 6. What if Peter Parker was bitten by a radioactive sheep? In a bizarre twist of fate, Peter Parker, instead of being bitten by a radioactive spider, finds himself on the receiving end of a radioactive sheep nibble, and voila, Sheep Boy is born. Now don't expect a grand epic tale for Sheep Boy. Oh no. His entire comic existence is hilariously confined to a single page, a fake comic cover showcasing our woolly hero, armed with the proportional grazing power of a sheep, caught mid-chomp. It seems Sheep Boy spends his day wandering peaceful fields, blissfully munching away without a care in the world. But the hilarity doesn't stop there. Brace yourself for a delightful nod to the infamous Clone Saga, with a Sheep Clone Saga storyline lasting a whopping 80 issues. Talk about woolly madness, and let's not forget about the guest villain known as the Wolf. We can only imagine the showdown between Sheep Boy and this foe. Perhaps with some help from the 3 little pigs, he could be victorious. And with that, True Power fans, we bid farewell to the wacky world of What If and its extraordinary tales that push the boundaries of imagination. If we missed a story you thought was perfect for this category, let us know in the comments section. Subscribe for more content like this, and like if you enjoyed. Thank you.